Hello, I'm Matthew Honestchuk, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this next video segment, which will become episode 9 in the ongoing series of The Episodes, I share more content from our Andromedan friends who I channeled a few evenings ago. In this video, they'd like to share with us their history, the history of the evolution of their species. And this is done so that humanity can understand that they're not the only life form in the universe that goes through an evolutionary curve, and that at some point, every species, including humanity, goes through enough growth where at some point you start to awaken. You start to awaken to your own consciousness, and then the desirability to become more aligned to that consciousness. And it's their hope that by sharing this history with us, we'll start to see, as humanity, that we're not so dissimilar with them and all the other species that are here to assist us with our own awakening. I hope you like the content, and if you do, or if you have any comments about it, leave them down below. If you'd like to see more content like this into the future when it becomes available, hit the subscribe button. And if you're interested in having a private session where you can ask questions of the extraterrestrials through me as a channel, I'll leave a link down below to my new website where you can get more details about that if you're interested in signing up. In the meantime, enjoy the video, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the near future. We are the Andromedan Council of Nine, and we are appreciative of this opportunity to speak this evening. If you have any questions, we avail ourselves to you.
I have a question. Can you give us any indication as to what general percentage of the human beings on Earth will be amenable to first contact? Just a curiosity question, just trying to get a gauge on it.
At this current time, 10% of your population is prepared, amply prepared for the opening phase. And we say that because this is about the curtain being drawn, so to speak. But we have been here for much longer, working with a smaller subset of humans who are always working with us towards this goal. Once the curtain separates and the 10% become engaged, it will spread to 30% within months. At some point, we will say that two-thirds of your planet will be, at some point, making changes in their lives for the positive. It does not mean that they will be channelers. It does not mean they will see our ships. But two-thirds will be at some degree, as Matthew would like to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, somewhere in the range of 1 to 10, working on themselves in a positive forward motion to learn who they truly are.
Will we hear from you again in the future?
Most definitely. We are working with Matthew now to prepare him for first contact with the mantis, and we will be there when that occurs. Matthew will learn a lot about our history. We are counting on him to create the educational content that has been described earlier in sessions that he has channeled, whereby the audience that he'll be responsible for will be educated on our evolution, so that humans will first understand who we are. Where did we come from? How did we evolve? We weren't born with spaceships. So humans will be very interested in history. And the history that will be delivered will also include the horrific challenges that we've gone through as a species to get to this point. We're able to be here to lend our assistance to humanity only if it so chooses to accept it. And then And then we can talk about the specifics of what you can do as an individual. But first, history is important. It opens people's minds, opens their hearts, and relaxes them to understanding we're not so much different than what your eyes say we are. And once that door is open, then we can lay out the different types of techniques, different types of processes you can employ in your life if you so choose for self-discovery, and then alignment to that self-discovery, which charts you a new course in your individual life, brings you joy and fulfillment and happiness, creates through you an example to those around you in your neighborhoods, in your communities, that others will see. And that creates encouragement for others to maybe think, I should go to that session and give it a try. Mary next door seems so happy. She's not telling me to do it. She's not pushing me to do it. She's just being herself in a new way. And boy, look at her glow. And it's through that process that we'll be able to reach out and create the momentum. But again, it's free will. We will not save you from yourselves. We will not tell you how to save yourself from yourselves. Isn't that what we're here for? Although those solutions to your challenges are for you as a species to create. But in order to get there, you need to make a decision that that's where you want to go. And then we can provide the information that will be helpful to creating those changes within yourselves. And then the solutions come as you move down that path. Are there any other questions we can be of assistance with?
I'm just learning about your species. I just looked you up a little bit. So it's telling me like the Andromedan Council is a political body of different star systems that observes Earth. According to lore, they are concerned about human sovereignty and helping us to ascend into higher dimensions of consciousness, and that you also value absolute freedom and individuality. And you're like the scientists or the architects of the spiritual world. How accurate is that?
Quite accurate.
And
Quite accurate.
they talk about an Alex Collier. Is that somebody that you're familiar with?
He is somebody that we work with.
Okay.
We are not so dissimilar in terms of our physical appearance. We have different colored skin, but proportionally, we're about the size of an average human.
Okay.
We do not have hair. We wear clothing. And we are absolutely focused on free will. For when you learn our history, you'll understand the pains that we had to experience to get to the point as a collective, not to embrace, but to embody that the only path to freedom was allowing the free will of each individual to choose for themselves. And one thing we would like to clarify, just because you're an Andromedan doesn't mean you're perfect. Doesn't mean that you can't make mistakes. Doesn't mean you cannot get off your path. But when you have come to the realization of the importance of free will and respect for the individual as a species within your own community, so to speak, when you see somebody struggling, you lend them a hand. You gently guide them. You encourage them. And this helps the continued evolution of our species, because even if a single individual is struggling, there is growth and learning there for that individual and for those within our own species to help and assist and learn from. How did this person lose their way? What can we do to help? What are they learning through this process? In other words, although we are here to assist humanity, this does not mean we're not still assisting ourselves. And this is the beauty of the Galactic Federation that we belong to, a collective of tens of thousands. No, Matthew, it's hundreds of thousands. Matthew's interjection, it's hundreds of thousands, Matthew. Species working together in commonality in their own unique ways towards that continued effort of love, growth, respect for the individual, respect for free will. But each species does it in its own unique way because of its own unique evolutionary course. Yet the common thread is love. Love.